Hi folks, welcome to this week's episode of Trigger Effect. We're going to be returning to Alberta with Ray Kohlruss of Real Angling Adventures. If you remember in Season 2, we had some incredible walleye and pike action. This time we're going to be doing some jumbo perch action through the ice, and I think, Kent, you're going to enjoy this.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the pictures that Ray have sent us, and those little perch that we're catching, they're just fat little footballs. I can't wait to get a couple of those filleted out and into the frying pan. But one of the cool things about this trip is Ray has these self-contained RVs that are designed for ice fishing right in the RV that he pulls out on the ice. So we're going to be spending, what, 4 nights out on the ice?
4 nights, yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. So, I mean, this is going to be a great trip.
Well, ice fishing is fun enough, but when you get the luxury of an RV, I'm really looking forward to it. So make sure you stay tuned for some great jumbo perch action with Ray Kohlruss of Real Angling Adventures.
Well, I tell you what, this is amazing. I'm sitting on my bunk, actually, ice fishing. We slept here last night. We got in late, so we didn't get a whole lot of footage last night. But we're here with Ray from Real Angling Adventures. And Ray just finished drilling us a couple holes inside our cabin that we're going to be staying in for the next few nights. And it's full of facility. It's got cooking facilities, bathroom facility. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be able to lay in bunk in the morning and fish and not even have to get out of my sleeping bag. This is great. So we're not going to drill out Dean's holes at all.
No,
just mine.
Yeah,
great.
With Kent being a prairie boy, it didn't take him long before he headed outside and started chasing some pike.
First pike of the day. You putting this one back down the hole?
yeah, I think it's under 25 inches.
Yeah, I would say so. There he goes. Back down to the deep. Well, second pike of the day. They're really hammering those smelts. We're going to give him a quick measurement.
It's 63 and a quarter. Has to be over 63, so it is
Lunch.
lunch. We got a pike for lunch.
All right, perfect. Guess I'm not going to go hungry after all.
Make sure you come back for some more fishing action with Trigger Effect after this commercial break. Welcome back to Trigger Effect.
Well, it's the morning of day 2, and we're just kind of enjoying our morning coffee. Oh, just wait. Oh, here's a nice one, right? Oh, that's a keeper.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
11 incher.
Yeah.
10, 11.
Oh, got a nice set hook on him. Let me just get this out and we can... Oh, I guess we're having perch for breakfast, but yesterday we had a bit of a slow day. We were catching pike and perch, mostly some really nice pike there.
Of course, there's no size limit to perch here, but
That's
got to have at least decent size to keep.
Good call, just under 11 inches.
Yeah.
That's a beauty.
That one's going in the...
White pail.
That one is going to be breakfast with eggs.
This guide's tip is brought to you by Hunters Union.
Hi folks, I want to take a minute and talk a little bit about the gear that we've been using here while fishing with Ray at Real Angling Adventures. One of the items we've been using is this small rod reel combo for perch. It's ultra sensitive, it's great for small baits and small hooks that you use for perch. They're used just to hand jig over the hole. Once you set the hook and you have a bite, you just hand pull your perch up through the hole using the line and not the reel, because it's only a 1-to-1 ratio reel. more typically that you see people ice fishing with is a spin cast reel and rod combo such as this. We use this for the pike. We're using a larger jig head and a minnow and or earthworm for our bait. This is more typical of what you see people using. Now for our pop-ups, what we were using was a heavy braided line with a double hook set in a large bait, a herring, very long. This was to target large pike. Now if you don't have all of this gear, visit your local sporting goods store or give Jason and his staff a call at Westside Stores. I'm sure they'll help you set everything up and get you out on the ice. So this has been your guide's tip of the week, folks. Enjoy the fishing.
Well, it's mid-morning on the second day of fishing. We woke up this morning, had coffee in the shanty, and we did some ice fishing right around the shack. We were catching quite a few perch, including one really nice 11-inch jumbo. We've now moved to a different lake. Ray immediately hit a nice little pike right off the hop, and we're just gonna, try it out here, maybe move on to a different lake. It's a beautiful day, really mild weather, can't complain. Oh, come on.
Still there?
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh well.
He was there. Then just as he started getting up to the top, he popped off. Oh well, apparently Kent has the touch for pike, not me.
Oh, I'm getting a tap. Got him. Got him. Look how dark that. Whoa, hold on there, Tiger. Look at the markings on that pike. Isn't that beautiful? He's pretty feisty. He wants to get back down the hole. He's really black on the back. He's got some beautiful markings on him. We'll get him back down in the hole.
This week's Outfitter Profile.
Well, Ray, this isn't the first time that we fished with you. Obviously, Jason, Gary, and I fished with you last year, and it was more summer conditions and everything. But boy, when it came up on your Facebook page and it showed the shanty and you offered the winter, it was one phone call, and thanks for having us come. But maybe you could tell us a little bit more about the winter packages and how to get a hold of you.
Yes, this year getting numerous calls of people wanting to rent a shanty, so I expanded and got this unit. A couple sleeps, 5, 6 holes to fish out of, a couple kitchen tables, bathroom, 3-burner stove with oven, 25,000 BQ, and it lowers and jacks down fast. It's a RV trailer that lowers right down to the ice. Also my guided fishing as well. I will use this as well during winter, but various lakes around Athabasca and Edmonton I guide on. And they can always contact me on reelangling.com, REEL angling.com, and toll-free number at 866-961-3425.
Oh, that's great. And if the viewers at home also want to contact Ray, they can go to Trigger Effect website, which is www.triggereffect.tv, and click on the Preferred Outfitters page. All of Ray's contact information will be there. So let's get back out and get doing some more fishing.
I agree.
Yeah, let's get some more of these bad boys.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yes, exactly.
Stay tuned for more Trigger Effect after this commercial break. Welcome back to Trigger Effect.
Well, it's the morning of day 3, last day of our fish, and Ray's mentioned that February is probably one of the toughest times of the year to fish, but again, he's pulled through, consistently puts us on fish. I mean, it may not be the fast, heavy action, but through the whole day we're catching fish.
Yeah, I mean, he's tireless too. He continues to drill holes, he continues to do reconnaissance on different parts of the lake. I mean, the guy never stops moving. He's fantastic to fish with. I can't wait to come back.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is our second trip. I'm sure it's not our last with Ray, and you know, the ice fishing facilities on a trip like this was really nice to have, because I mean, although it isn't the typical -30 prairie weather, it has been freezing rain and windy, and boy, getting out of the elements is sure nice.
Yeah, and I mean his Ice Haven RV here is, I mean, it's got everything you'd ever want, and we've been very, very comfortable on this trip and have had some great fish action. And yeah, I can't say enough about Ray and his operation.
Yeah, and I know for me, being an Okanagan Valley boy, you know, I'm not cold-blooded like you prairie boys. So I mean, you guys were out there. I enjoyed the Ice Haven very much over these last few days, but we still got a day left, so let's see if we can get back to some more great fishing action with real angling adventures. Oh, there we go. Got him.
Bringing science to the hunt is brought to you by Lone Wolf Taxidermy.
Hi folks, welcome to this week's Bringing Science to the Hunt. Since I'm sitting in the Ice Haven hut with Real Angling Adventures, this might be more appropriate to call Bringing Science to the Fish. However, this tip is for cold weather environments, whether you're hunting or fishing. If you remember in Season 2, co-host Kent Michie talked about some extra equipment that he takes that helps make it much more comfortable when sitting in tree stands. Also, everybody knows layer up in the winters because that also helps. But what a lot of people don't talk about is the fact that all of the heat comes from your body, and in cold weather environments you need to be eating more calorie intake than just the standard run-of-the-mill that your body needs for the day. At Trigger Effect, we prefer to use the Bushman bar. There's a lot of bars on the market, however this is our favorite. And the reason it's our favorite is because there's a few things that, you know, really stick out to us that are important. First of all, being a Canadian show, we like to, you know, support Canadian products, and this is a 100% Canadian product. But more importantly, these people have really done their homework. They don't look at, you know, artificial type things. What they look at is, what does our environment already produce that, you know, as frontiersmen and mountainmen have been using for years, because those are the things they pack in here. The basis of the bar is wild rice. As everybody knows, wild rice is packed full of starches, readily usable for the body for calories to burn and generate that heat. But more importantly, they use wild berries, such as Saskatoon, cranberries. These things are not only packed full of antioxidants, which are amazing for your body, but they're also packed full of the sugars that you need as well too in order to generate the heat. So again, although there's many bars, Trigger Effect likes to recommend the Bushman bar in staying warm in cold weather environments. So don't just concentrate on layers and extra equipment and stuff like that. You gotta really fire that furnace on the inside to stay warm in this cold weather situations. So that's your tip to bringing science to the hunt, or in this case, the fish. Now let's get back to some more amazing fishing action with Ray Kohlruss of Real Angling Adventures and co-host Kent Michie and myself pulling perch and pike through the ice.
It's our last day here. It's a little bit colder. We've got a kind of a northwest wind today, a little bit of snow. It's been pretty cool, but the fish out here outside of the RV in a few of the spots that Ray has found for us are really starting to hit. Nothing big yet, but it's been steady taps. I've caught probably 5 or 6 out of this hole already. So. Too close to the bottom. Ah, you're a fighter, this little guy. Get him back in the hole. Quickly going to put a measurement on this guy. We might keep him for lunch. He hit pretty hard using just a simple jig head and minnow baits. If he meets the measurement, he's going to be in the frying pan. Set the hook. Not feeling anything. No.
Nope. Wow, what do you figure? Ghost fish. Go figure. Kent sets down the camera and shows me up.
Make sure you come back after these important messages. Welcome back to Trigger Effect.
I counted 10 perch. I was sitting here jigging. A great big pike came by, maybe the same one that you saw because it was a giant. I ran and got the pike rod, dropped it down, started jigging. Pike's gone. All the perch come over to look at my minnow, so I'm now trying to get the elusive perch. They're pecking away at it, but they're just not taking it. There's a couple nice little fat footballs down here, so I'm going to lay down on the job here again.
Just putting quick strike rig on the herring for pike, getting it rigged up so that the one main hook is closer to the head, so that when they do swallow, usually swallow head first, so want to make sure it's something similar like that, and we're good to put it down the hole and wait for another pike.
Well, we've just moved over to a new spot. Ray did some reconnaissance while Dean and I had a quick bite to eat. He gave us a call back at the RV and said, you guys got to come over to this bay. I'm catching some good ones. He caught a 11-inch, and I think he's got a little 13-inch fat little football sitting on the ice there. So just going to put my hook in the water, and he drilled a few holes for us here, so we're going to maybe get into these big guys. Oh, there's one. Oh, nice. Nice perch. Look at that fat guy. Look at that little pumpkin. Beautiful, probably 11, 12-inch perch. Fought like crazy. Just a real good fighter. He'd been bitten by a, looks like a pike, right around the back end. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the scars there or not, but lots of predators. We'll keep fishing.
Well, Ray, the second time was no disappointment. That was an absolutely incredible trip. Thank you for having us back. I really enjoyed it. I'll admit it, being an Okanagan boy, you prairie boys can handle this cold weather. I can't. I like the sun. So this shanty, that was the cat's meow. I was warm all the time.
Well, we did have some Vancouver weather yesterday.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was raining yesterday. I mean, the fishing was a little bit slow the very first day we were here. It picked up through yesterday, and today we nailed them. We got some great perch, some great pike. And Ray, I really want to thank you for having me out. I know I'm going to come back for this trip.
Yeah, and definitely, maybe one more time, Ray, how can people get a hold of you?
RealAngling.com.
Awesome. So make sure you join us next week for another exciting episode of Trigger Effect.
This has been a Thunder Boys production.